This video is intended for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Thumbnails are created to catch attention and may not accurately represent the actual content of the video. The content presented includes opinions and information gathered from public sources and personal research. We do not claim full accuracy. Please verify all information independently. This video does not intend to target, defame, or disrespect any individual, utility company, or organization. I am not a licensed electrician or emergency management professional. Always consult a qualified expert before making decisions about electrical equipment or generators. The views expressed here are my own and do not constitute professional advice. This content is meant to spark thoughtful reflection, not to tell you what is right or wrong. Please watch with an open mind. Thank you for being part of our prepping family. Last winter, a family in Tennessee lost power for 6 days during an ice storm. They had food, they had water. What they didn't have was a plan for the actual mechanics of living without electricity, how to stay warm, how to keep phones charged, how to see at night, how to know what was happening in their area. By day 3, they were huddled in one room to conserve body heat, using their car to charge phones in dangerously cold conditions and completely in the dark, literally and informationally, about when help might come. They survived, but it was far harder than it needed to be because they had food security but no power outage plan. Today I'm going to walk you through the complete power outage kit every home needs, so a multi-day blackout becomes an inconvenience, not a crisis. Story setup 120 to 220. We've talked in previous videos about what happens to your food during a blackout. Today is about something different. The broader kit that makes the entire experience manageable. A power outage isn't just about food safety, it's about light, heat, communication, and comfort for however many days it takes for the grid to come back. Let's build that kit piece by piece. Light, your first priority. When the power goes out at night, darkness is immediate and disorienting. LED flashlights. Keep at least 2 per household member with extra batteries stored separately. Battery-powered lanterns provide broader room lighting, far safer than candles, which pose a real fire risk, especially with children or pets in the home. Headlamps, genuinely underrated. They free your hands for cooking, carrying items, or handling emergencies while still providing light exactly where you're looking. Glow sticks. Cheap, safe for children, and useful for marking pathways or providing comfort lighting in a child's room without any fire risk. Avoid relying primarily on candles. Every year, home fires caused by candles during power outages injure and kill people who had otherwise prepared reasonably well. Portable power banks. Keep at least 1 large capacity power bank fully charged at all times, capable of charging phones multiple times. A hand crank or solar powered radio with USB charging. Dual purpose, providing both information access and limited charging capability. A car charger and adapter. Your vehicle can serve as an emergency charging station, but only run it in a well-ventilated outdoor area, never in an enclosed garage due to carbon monoxide risk. A generator, if within your budget. A portable generator can power a refrigerator, some lighting, and charge devices. If you invest in one, it must always run outdoors, at least 20 feet from windows and doors, never in the garage even with the door open. A solar generator or power station, increasingly affordable, these charge via solar panels or wall power in advance and provide silent, fume-free backup power for smaller loads. Heat. Staying warm without the grid cold is often more immediately dangerous than most people realize, particularly for young children and elderly family members. Extra blankets and sleeping bags rated for temperatures colder than your typical winter lows, stored somewhere accessible. Battery-powered or propane-safe heating options. Indoor-rated propane heaters exist and are designed with oxygen depletion sensors for safety, but always follow manufacturer ventilation guidelines exactly. Layering strategy. Multiple thin layers trap heat more effectively than one thick layer, and this costs nothing beyond what you likely already own. Room consolidation. In an extended outage, closing off unused rooms and gathering the household in one smaller space conserves body heat dramatically more effectively than trying to heat an entire home. Never use a gas stove or outdoor grill for indoor heating. This is one of the most dangerous and most common mistakes during extended outages, and it causes carbon monoxide deaths every single year. Communication. Knowing what's happening. During an extended outage, information becomes as valuable as any physical supply. A battery or hand crank emergency radio provides weather alerts, local emergency information, and updates when cell networks may be overloaded or down. A family communication plan. Decide in advance how household members will reach each other if cell towers are down, including a designated out-of-area contact who can relay messages if local networks fail. A physical, printed list of emergency contacts, stored with your documents, not just saved in a phone that may run out of battery. Comfort and sanity, the overlooked category. Extended outages are stressful, especially for children. A few small additions make a significant psychological difference. Battery-powered games or books for kids, reducing the boredom and anxiety of an unusual situation. Non-perishable comfort snacks the whole family enjoys, set aside specifically for outage situations. A deck of cards or board game requiring no power at all. These aren't survival essentials in the strictest sense, but they meaningfully improve morale and reduce stress during what can otherwise be a genuinely difficult experience for a family. Building the kit. Where to store it? All of this only works if it's organized and accessible, not scattered across your house, requiring a search in the dark. Dedicate one accessible bin or shelf specifically to your power outage kit. Everything above should live there, checked and refreshed every 6 months alongside your bug out bag review. When the power goes out, you should be able to walk, even in darkness, directly to that one location and have everything you need within reach. This week, do an inventory of what you already have from this list. Check your flashlight batteries right now. Many people discover dead batteries only when they desperately need light. Confirm your power bank is charged. Locate your blankets and consolidate them somewhere accessible. Then, over the coming weeks, fill in whatever gaps you found. Prioritize light and communication first. Those matter most in the first hours of any outage. The family in Tennessee made it through their 6-day outage, but it was harder than it had to be because their preparation had gaps they didn't discover until they desperately needed to fill them. Your power outage kit doesn't need to be expensive or elaborate. It needs to be organized, accessible, and built before you need it, not during. That single difference changes an outage from a crisis into simply an inconvenience. Stay safe, keep prepping, and I'll see you in the next video.